Perfection. None of us will ever be satisfied with less than perfection. Perfection alone satisfies. What and where is perfection? Perfection is only in that which is indivisible. One can find perfection only when he comes face to face with that which is one and which is all. For instance, have you ever taken ideas such as perfect mind, everlasting life, or infinite spirit, and enjoyed their closeness beyond words? You may have received spiritual revelation about them, and for the time lost yourself in their reality, beauty, and glory. You may even have been so perfectly satisfied and exalted as to happily exclaim, "Mind is all, life is all, spirit is all." Nevertheless, the time came when such satisfaction faded out and left you. Is this not so? Then you looked about again for another new idea, only later to discover the same result: satisfaction and glory for a limited time only. Just why is this so? Because perfection is irrevocably identified with completeness, with that which is self-contained. Finally, one must come face to face with that which is complete in itself. Not until then has he found perfection, which satisfies. For instance, suppose we thought and talked about spirit exclusively. Then spirit would appear all to us, would it not? And if we concerned ourselves particularly with mind, then mind would become paramount to us. But neither spirit nor mind will completely satisfy anyone, because neither is complete, neither is all. Nothing but that which is all, that which is self-contained, will be sufficient to satisfy us eternally. Can you see this to be so? Spirit is not all, no mind, no perfect life, no perfect thought. None of these is self-complete. Hence none can or will give us the perfection which we crave. Even consciousness is not all, for there is also life, principle, truth. It must be then that we are to find that which is first, that in finding the first we shall have found the self-contained. Then we shall have perfection. Now, which is first, consciousness or life? Which is first, truth or principle? Which is first, spirit or love? You cannot say, can you? None can say, for none of these is first. In order to find that which is first, we must find the infinite. Only when we have found the infinite shall we have come to the first. When we have found the infinite, that which is indivisible and self-contained, then we shall have found completeness, allness, perfection. Only the infinite will ever completely satisfy anyone. When we have found the infinite, then we can bask, then we can rest. Just what and where is the infinite You may be wondering, so that at last I shall find peace and rest, contentment and satisfaction. We shall now see. The Bible has a name for the eternal infinite. The Bible calls this divine sovereignty God. We read that God is all. God is infinite. God is first. There is none besides him. Such is the teaching. Yes, indeed, it is so. Later, in the new revelation, the mighty God, the everlasting Father, the truth of being, came upon this very earth declaring, I am I. I am the first. I am without beginning. Thus, the sovereignty, God, of the Old Testament became known as I am in the New. I am the truth. I am the light. I am the life. Now, who can say I? Reader, can you? Of course. Can you say this without thinking of yourself or identifying yourself with it? When you say I, do you not refer to yourself? Of course you do. When you say I am, you are identified with your very self and being. Thus God, who is later seen to be I am, is finally found to be one's very self, one's own being. Only now do we come to that which is infinite, that which is self-contained, that which is perfect. It is I. It is oneself. Verily, the I is sovereignty. When one finds this to be so, he walks in transparency. He walks in freedom. He has found the infinite. He has found completeness. He has found the perfection. Now he sees that I am spirit. I am life. I am principle. Now he understands that mind, separate from me or considered as entity by itself, will bless but not satisfy. Love, apart from me, will never be everlasting or complete. Nor can life be found immortal except as I am. One can now learn about mind, principle and spirit in a new way. He now studies them to discover more about his own being. No longer do they seem as subjects outside of him, but identical with him, yea, his very own. At last, one comes face to face with himself as the I, which is first, which is sovereignty, which is self-contained, which is alone, which is all.